So welcome to part 2 of the relationship videos. Now we're going to talk about the myth of relationship dynamics. What keeps people stuck in the same darn bad relationship, whether it's a work relationship or a love relationship, even after it's no good anymore. So we talked about standards in the previous video, about the importance of having high standards, and basically the myth of standards, where you think you need to have good things before you can have high standards. No, high standards is about what you tolerate. So it's about removing. The second thing that stops people from doing that action is the myth of relationship dynamics. People believe that the relationship dynamics can be reversed. Let's say that you met your girlfriend or boyfriend and it was an amazing relationship at first. The dynamic was amazing. There was mutual respect, love, anticipation. Everything was amazing. And then it deteriorated, which happens sometimes, either because you didn't pay proper attention to each other, or because maybe the relationship just simply fizzled out and you stuck in there too long. So once the dynamic has changed and it's no longer a love dynamic, an amazing dynamic, it's too late, because you can bring the dynamic back. I'll give another example and then I'll explain. Let's say you're in a work relationship and your boss, at first treated you amazing, and now he treats you like shit, disrespects you. Once a dynamic has changed, it cannot be reverted. Now, why is that? Let's say that you and I, we know each other, and we began, like many people I know, as me being the coach and you being the client. Now, let's say that after a long time, after 2 years of knowing each other, we actually grown very fond, and we started to talk every day, outside of the coaching relationship, and just started going to see movies and hang out. Now we're friends. Does it make sense anymore for me to tell you, hey, I want you to pay me to go out and see a movie now, now that we're friends? You're gonna say, of course not. So, is there anything I can do right now to convince you to revert back from being friends to being a customer again? Of course not, because the relationship dynamic has changed. It can progress forward, but it can't revert back. Now, the only way for that dynamic to maybe return is if we both go on our separate ways, we don't talk to each other for a long time, and then just one day meet up after half a year, 10 years, and then it might be a new dynamic that's like what it was, but kind of with, the two of us kind of developed. So if you're in a bad relationship, or if you're in a bad work situation, again, don't let the myth of having high standards stop you from leaving. Because again, standards does not mean what you have, it means what you tolerate in your life. It's about removing. Secondly, the myth of relationship dynamics is you thinking, oh wait, maybe I can, bring it back to what it was. You can't. It's done. It's over. Okay? Too late for that. Whether it's a love relationship or a work relationship. Once a dynamic has changed, it's done. So now that you know that standards, you apply them by removing, so there's nothing stopping you from claiming high standards now. And now that you also know that there's no way of returning to that dynamic where you're at, in the beginning, there's really no sense in staying. Do you understand? So it's time to leave. I know it's a hard process. This is really the best I could give you in terms of quick, practical, tip for just cutting it off. If you need more help, if you have any questions, I'd love to know. I'd love to help you. Other than that, wish you the best.